We'll actually get so this brush isn't in our way. And he has stood still quite nicely, so we'll take our shot. Hello and welcome back to the Hunter Classics. So today we're here on Timbergold Trails for another Bucks and Bulls video. It's been a long time since I've done one of these, but we actually have a mule deer buck coming in over here across the water, so we're going to hop in this tree stand back here. But basically what this series used to be and what it's going to continue to be is just hunting bucks and bulls. Anything that is not a male of a, on this map, mule deer or Rocky Mountain elk will be ignored unless it's like a rare wolf or something that I see at a distance. I guess we would take that. But we're mostly going to be bow hunting for this because we're trying to get as many as possible. So I've got the reverse draw crossbow as well as the Snakebite. And then for some range, I did bring the 308 rival pistol. So it turns out that we got a whole group of bucks, but I'm a bit confused because there's only 4 here. So I'm thinking it must have been a group of 3 and a single because they don't really travel in groups of 4. And this one I think has the best estimate at 140 to 170. And hopefully the rain's going to stop, but we'll use the reverse draw crossbow on this guy. So he is down, and he's going to spook the female elk and bear probably. Not that we would take them anyway, but we'll go ahead and grab this guy. But actually, yeah, rain stopping. See what this guy scores, and then we will look at where we're going to go on the map. 153 for this guy. Not a bad start. So of course we're over here at this tent now, and what we're going to do is walk down to this tower first. We'll probably sit there for a bit. That is the direction that one of the bucks ran, but after that we're likely going to head over to these 2 stands and then head up along the river, mostly looking for elk at that point. And I'm going to move the map up a little bit, and then what we'll do is cut across through here, and what we're going to do probably is end down at this tent. There usually is a good number of mule deer bucks down there, so hopefully we can get a good number of bucks and bulls today, and I guess we'll see how it goes. We've got a rather disappointing Rocky Mountain elk coming in. 115 to 210, we'll use the Snakebite this time. I did see what looked like a pretty nice bull elk run off as I was walking over here. So he is down, and I think, yeah, I marked where I thought that elk ran through. He looked like he had a really big frame. It's tough to say running through the trees if he had back tines. I think there was a female elk over there. That might have been what I just heard. Actually, yeah, she's running over there. But yeah, if he had back tines, he could easily be like 380 plus from what I saw. But 187 on that guy, and I'm going to try to get on those tracks. I don't know, from where he ran, he could well be somewhere in the area of that tower. I don't know if he'd get out of spook mode in time to call him in to the tower, but I might sit there for a bit and see what happens. So I decided to stop off at the tower, and we've got 2 bucks coming in. One of them is over here, and it's actually one of the ones that was with that initial herd. And this one, which is actually a bit bigger, and has no idea there's a wolf eating from an elk carcass right behind him, but he is pretty much in range. We've got a random female elk over there that might mess things up. I don't know, maybe the Snakebite would be better. I feel like she's less likely to spook if I use that. Got to aim just a bit high. Alright, so that's what we wanted. I did call for elk in case that bigger one would come back, so I'm not sure if we're going to get to shoot the other buck. He is right there, so maybe we will. She's actually got us spotted in here, so I'm going to crouch and see if she'll calm down. So we actually kind of got lucky. The wolf spooked the elk a little bit. You can see he's kind of heading this way now. He might actually chase her, but I want to get the buck because I know he'll kind of trot off too with the wolf coming in. So we'll try to take him out with the reverse draw. He is down, and the other 2 are spooking, so honestly I might sit here a bit longer. Nothing ran in the direction where that big elk went, so he might be hanging out down there, because the river, you can see it on my hunter mate. It might have slowed him down. He might just be hanging out down there on the bank spooked, so I'm going to probably hang out for 5 minutes and call. Alright, I don't want to let that elk get too far ahead of me, so I'm going to go ahead and grab our 2 mule deer bucks and head over to continue tracking him. But I think this was the one that we had earlier. It was like 125 to 155, I believe. 147 score. And this one back here was a bit bigger. I'm not sure if this is him or if this is a track. Okay, this is him. I think it was 160 to 190. I really didn't even pay that much attention to the score estimate. 171 for him, not bad. And we'll get on the tracks. Is that a... cow elk that I see. Yeah, we'll ignore her and start tracking down that bigger bull. So here's our elk. Unfortunately, he's only got one back tine on the other side. Clearly, he's spooked. I don't know if he was actually coming into the call when I shot one of the bucks or what happened there, but he's just kind of hanging out in the river. So I want to get to about 60 meters, and then I'm going to take a shot with the reverse draw crossbow. I'm pretty confident that at worst we can get single lung doing that, so we should be pretty much there. We'll range him and see what we got. 63, so we'll crawl just a bit closer, because I think actually the 60-meter pin is pretty much dead on for 56, if I remember correctly. So we'll just crawl a bit closer and go for that. We'll actually get so this brush isn't in our way. And he has stood still quite nicely, so we'll take our shot. And he is down. So we'll have to check and make sure that's the right elk, but I can only imagine that it is. You can see his track right there. I think we've got a mule deer doe, yeah, just over there. So let's go grab this guy. It sure looks like those are his tracks. You can see going right up to him, so I imagine that is going to be the one that I've been after, and that track just lit up, so it is. Looks like he's a good, like, 340s, though. I don't really see any deductions. Could even be higher than that. 350.8, not bad at all. 350 is definitely a decent elk. If he had a couple more back tines, he could really be nice, but I think he's, what, our 4th animal this hunt? Definitely not bad for the beginning. Hopefully we can top that, though. So we've got another pretty average mule deer buck here, 135 to 160 score estimate. And we'll use the Snakebite again, because we've been using a lot of the reverse draw so far. Probably going to need to go for a neck shot, because he's just heading straight on. So he is down. There was another buck out there in the water, but I think we can probably crouch over and get this guy. I'm actually not sure. He may have been spooked, so he might not have even started coming in yet. But this guy looks to be 140s or 150s. 152 and a double neck bone and spine shot, as well as intestine. So we'll see if we can get this other buck out here as well. So those footsteps should be the other buck. I just can't really see him. I've got the crossbow because I'm guessing we're going to need to make a fairly quick shot. There's just nowhere that I can really see right now. I'm going to actually crawl towards him and try to get on this rock maybe, because at least then I'll have a bit of a vantage point. I'm actually not even sure that that's him. It could be a different buck or a doe, but it's definitely a deer. It doesn't sound like an elk. Can't seem to get on this rock though, but it's definitely like right here. Like, it is right on top of us. And I think, is that a buck? Is it? Wow, that's a special buck. 20 to 45. Probably spooked a much bigger buck to shoot him, but unless it's like a 200 plus, I'd actually take the tiny one over a bigger one right now. I don't know if you heard the fleeing there, but something did run off. We might get to see it actually crossing the water. I don't see any signs of anything. I'll check the track, but that is pathetic. 24.2 score, 2.3 CSS. That's how you know it's a monster, when the CSS is that low. The best part is he's actually got 2 stickers. You can see the one on his right antler, and then there's one back here on his left antler as well, so knocking his score down even more. I don't know why I took a trophy shot of that, but I haven't had one that small in a while, so I'll see what the tracks are from whatever spook down here, and if it's nothing special, we're going to continue north. So we've got a couple of bucks out here. We got this one, 115 to 145, which I couldn't move to put my crosshairs on, but we got this one right in front of us, 155 to 180. And we'll go ahead and take him with the reverse draw since it's raining. He's down. Actually, that one didn't even spook. There were more to the left. I don't know if they ran off from that shot or not, but I have to remember to use the Snakebite next, or otherwise we're just going to be reloading the reverse draw. So this buck is pretty much in range. The other two actually didn't spook, but I'm pretty sure he's slightly bigger than the other one that's pretty much his size, and the other one's just absolutely tiny. So he is down, so that's 2 more bucks, and we're starting to get into decent elk territory. Oh, there was another one, and I did not get to see him. See if we catch him running up that cliff or anything. Definitely don't see him. He took forever to show up. I don't know if he was like stuck back there, or why that took so long, but I'm going to go check his track and see like if it's up to maybe like 130 plus. I might track it. But neckbone shot on this guy and a 130 score, and we can pretty much run now. How do I actually... He walked like through here, I guess. See if I can reach him. Okay, we can actually get him from the other side. 156 for this guy, and we'll run over here and check that track. I should have marked where he was, but I think he was up here not too far. 100 to 125, that's tough because he could definitely be decent, but I didn't see like a massive rack when he took off, so I think I'm going to ignore that and continue on. We've had a lot of mule deer this hunt anyway. Looks like we're finally into elk again. We got a not very impressive one here. We'll get a score estimate on him, 150 to 245, and this one's probably at best like 270s, 280s, 260 to 355. Maybe he's got a bigger frame than I thought, but I still wouldn't put him at 300. I think we'll use the Snakebite. The back one's close enough that that'll work. I think we're still a bit less Snakebite harvest than reverse straw harvest. But I think that's either number 9 or 10 on the hunt for bucks and bulls. We got a long way to go yet, so we might get more than I planned. 271 for this guy, so we just had a high score estimate. Not bad, but I definitely want one to top that 350. I'd love to see one with 3 back tines this hunt. So we've got elk on either side of us. We've got this one here, 240 to 335. I'm actually kind of surprised the estimate's that low. I'm sure he's going to be pretty much right at the top of that. And if you see on the hunter mate, we've got one calling across the water. So as long as we take this guy silently, we should be good to get both. We'll go Snakebite again, and then I'm going to actually see. We should have right about 5 harvests with each. That's going to be 6 with the Snakebite, and we have 5 with the reverse draw. So we're at 11 on the hunt. We'll grab this guy and then go check out that other one that's calling, because that is not, at least I don't think, the small one that came in, I think with the last bull we shot. But this guy is probably right about 330. He looked pretty decent coming in. 319. I did see some deductions, so that's not too bad, especially with the max estimate of 335. We'll go over here and see what this guy looks like. Actually, I think this is the one that came in with the last bull, 150 to 245, but I thought I picked up multiple tracks from him. And when he called, it was only the second track that I've picked up, but evidently I didn't pick up multiple tracks, but we'll grab him and just continue on then. See what we get for a score, 193. Definitely not anything too special, so we are almost to where I'm going to turn and head kind of south again. And we should start running into mule deer when we do that. We got another pretty small mule deer buck here, 105 to 135, and I can't remember which bow to use. We'll just use the Snakebite. But we're actually past where I was planning on ending, because pretty much nothing has happened since the last harvest. But you can see we're down here south of the tent, so I'll show you where I'm going to go to just hunt a bit longer. I have no idea what I just spooked, but there were like a good 12 mule deer doe down here, so I'm guessing it was one of them. But spine 1, 2, and right lung, 121 score on this guy. But yeah, we're down here in the south part now. I'm just hoping we can run into a decent mule deer buck going down through here, so I'm just going to walk somewhere down through here. That's probably not the exact path I'll go on, but just in that general direction, and we'll hopefully get at least like a 180 mule deer buck to end on. So we are back where we started. It was dead down there. We were 1 buck. There's a tiny one coming in over here, and we got a pretty average one here, which we're going to take with the 308 rival, just because we've not used it at all this hunt. And I think this is going to have to be our last harvest, because I've been here over 2 hours. And unfortunately, no big mule deer. We had the one pretty good elk at, what was it, 350, and of course our trophy 24 mule deer. I can't overlook that. But I think we'll just grab this guy and see what he scores. 142 score. I guess we'll go ahead and take a trophy shot then. So I think this looks pretty good. It wasn't a bad hunt in terms of numbers. We just didn't have anything really special. The 350 elk, probably the best kill of the hunt, unless maybe the 24 mule deer. You could claim it as less common to get one that small, but regardless, we had a couple of decent animals to take trophy shots of if you count the mule deer, and then this guy just ended the video. So with that, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you in the next one.